is it that we can manage our time more effectively and get things done? You know, in today's world, there's so many different things that we could be doing at any given moment. We could be checking our text messages and looking through our email. We could be on social media scrolling for hours and hours on end. We could be watching TV on Netflix and watching the news. We could be hanging out with our friends. We could be at work. There's so many things that we can choose to be doing at any given moment to give our attention to. And in today's world, if we can't focus on what is truly important so that we can achieve our goals, then we are going to get left behind in the dust of somebody who is able to focus, of somebody who is able to manage their time effectively. So in this video, I want to give you 3 specific tips that you can start using immediately to get more done and start managing your time more effectively. Let's get right to it. I'm Brandon Eastman from BeBetterIndustries.com, and on this YouTube channel, we talk about peak performance, mindset, and achievement. Achievement towards who you want to become and achievement towards your goals. So if you're into those things, hit the subscribe button right down here and hit the bell. That way you're notified of all new videos that we release every single Monday. And while you're down there, be sure to hit the like button here, smash that button. That way this video gets shown to more people who want to get more done and manage their time more effectively. Now, what if I told you that the number one way for you to get more things done is actually to do less things? You're probably wondering, Brandon, how is that possible? I want to do more things. How is it possible to do that by doing less? Well, imagine if you simply focused on the things that will only bring you to your goal. You know, a lot of people have the illusion that they're busy. A lot of people have the illusion that they're making progress towards their goals because they are in the busy trap. They're in the trap of doing so many things that are actually leading them in a bunch of different directions. Seldom do people actually have focused, intentional work on tasks that will bring them closer to the end result. So how can we do that? Well, I'm going to give you 3 tips, but the first thing, the prerequisite before you can even start to apply these principles is you have to know what is important to you. What is the reason why you're doing this? What are you going after? You know, I call this the red dot. What is your target? What is the thing that you're going after, the thing that you're thinking about all of the time? Because our goal is to only focus on the actions that will bring us closer to that. And the reality is, if you don't know what your red dot is, then any actions will bring you closer to it because you haven't focused. Once you know your target and your red dot and you know exactly what it is you're going after, then step 1 when it comes to doing more and being more productive with your time is to time block important activities throughout your day. So what is a time block? That essentially means taking 2 to 3 to maybe even 4 hours of your day and blocking it off exclusively for the task that you need to get done. Now, let's say you're working on your business. That means that from 8 a.m. to noon, which is how many hours? 4 hours, you would be focused only on completing tasks that will bring you closer to improving your business. That's it. You wouldn't be checking your phone. You wouldn't be answering phone calls. You wouldn't be checking your email. You wouldn't be on social media. And for some of us, you're probably thinking, but what if I get an important phone call? It can wait, okay? Because the purpose of a time block is to block your focus on one specific task at a time. You know, so many people in today's society are caught up in the concept of multitasking. Let me let you in on a little secret here. Multitasking does not exist. It is a myth. Okay, there's no such thing as multitasking. And if you watch somebody who you believe is good at multitasking, then what you'll find is they're not actually doing multiple things at once. They are simply switching between different tasks at a rapid rate. And they're doing it so fast and they're making it look good, they're making it look easy, but multitasking actually doesn't exist. Because this is what's actually happening. When you switch from one task to another task, it takes scientifically 20 to 25 minutes to start focusing on that initial task once again. And even if you're able to jump right back into it, your brain power and your effectiveness is at a much less reduced rate because you've been switching between different task to different task. If you truly want to get a lot done and be effective towards achieving your goals, then you need to block off time to work on one thing at a time. And I read a book about a year ago called The One Thing by Gary Keller, and I'll put the link in the description here to go grab that book. I don't get paid when you buy the book. I just want you to read it because it's an incredible book where Gary Keller, the author, talks about time blocking, and he talks about the myth of multitasking and how it doesn't exist. So literally put in your calendar for a specific time during your day when you're going to complete key tasks and stick to it. Even if it's a 2-hour time block, in 2 hours, if you block off your time effectively, you'll be able to get more done in that 2 hours than it takes somebody else who does it the normal way 4 to 5 hours to complete, or even more. You know, I've gotten so good at these principles where I can sit down for 2 hours and get more done than most people can get done in an entire day. Because I understand this stuff and I actually use it in my business and with what I do professionally. So tip number 1 is to time block for specific tasks during your day. Tip number 2 to getting more done and managing your time more effectively is quite possibly the most important one of all, which is to eliminate distractions from your life. You know, I think that distractions are the number one reason that holds people back from who they can become. And I'll tell you why. I know a lot of intelligent, smart, high IQ people who spend so many of their waking hours on Facebook and Instagram. And they're so smart and they're so into politics and the government and world change and all these reforms and policies where they will spend hours, and I mean hours, of every single day on Facebook, commenting back on people's posts, debating them, as if that debate is actually going to change the opinion and the worldview of the person that they're debating against. You know, I've never seen a debate or a conversation or an argument on Facebook actually end up changing the opinion of the person that you're debating against. All it does is waste your time. And the key to becoming successful in this information age, this world full of technology at your fingertips. I have my phone right here. I've got my laptop out there on the kitchen table. Like, there's always something technological that we could be doing that will distract us from our goal. You think of the people that came before us, our previous generations. They didn't have the ability to have a cell phone or a laptop or a television. Like, that stuff all originated in the mid-1900s. Before that, people were actually able to get things done. They were able to achieve their goals. And let me tell you this, I'm not knocking social media completely, because the world we live in today offers you so much opportunity to use the internet and use your social media and the connections you build there in order to make a real difference. Like what this video is meant to do. It's meant to help you get more done and become more productive. And back in the 1900s, I wouldn't be making a video and posting it across the world to help people. So there are advantages. But so many people get sucked into the social media trap. They'll be scrolling through their phone mindlessly without even realizing they're doing it. Have you ever found yourself just opening your phone, unlocking it, and you find yourself just scrolling through Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or Pinterest or whatever it might be? Has that ever happened to you? I think you're probably nodding your head yes, because that happens to me still, and I make a conscious effort to not do it. And a tip that I have for you is 2 things actually. The first thing is eliminate it from your phone. Remove Facebook, remove Instagram, remove Pinterest, remove LinkedIn, remove all the cat videos, whatever it is you're normally doing on your phone. Remove the ability for you to go there and check it out. Because when I've been in periods of my life where I've been working on important projects and tasks, and I removed my social media, guess what I didn't miss? I didn't miss it. I didn't miss my Facebook or my Instagram. I went to look for it, and then because it wasn't there, my brain told itself, oh, it's not here. Move to the next thing. And that next thing was usually me actually taking steps towards my goals. So step one, while it might sound painful, it will make you more productive and let you get things done. And my recommendation is maybe only do this when you're working on something really important, because your own worst enemy is you. You are the person who will hold yourself back the most in life based on your beliefs and your habits and your attitudes and your actions. And if you allow yourself to be distracted so easily, then it can significantly hold you back from getting more done, but not just more done, but the right things done. And the second thing when it comes to removing distractions is, rather than being a consumer on social media, what if instead of being a consumer, you were a creator? Rather than scrolling through and seeing people's posts, what if you went on social media and you started posting information that could actually help people? Not gossip, not slam talk, but information such as how to become more productive, or how to motivate yourself, or how to cook this specific dish that you're really good at cooking. Take your unique gifts and post content that can help other people who do the same thing. And if you're not sure what your unique gifts might be, then check out my video up here for how to find your natural gifts. And watch that video, discover your natural gift, and start posting posts or making videos or doing something that can actually add value to other people. And then you're the influencer. You're not just being influenced by everybody else. So tip number 2 is eliminate distractions that will hold you back. And tip number 3 to getting more done and managing your time more effectively is waking up at an earlier time. And I know a couple of you just heard that and you're like, oh, Brandon, I was hoping you wouldn't say that. I don't want to wake up early. I'm a night owl, Brandon. I like to stay up until 11 to 12, 1 a.m. sometimes, because I get more done at night than I do in the morning. And if you're someone who has said that before or is saying that right now, then let me ask you, what you're getting done at night, is that actually productive tasks that you're getting done? Or is it just filler? Are you watching TV? Are you texting friends? Are you emailing people who aren't significant to email, people who aren't bringing you closer to your goals? Or are you actually doing meaningful things at night? The answer is probably you're doing mostly filler, okay? Because as the day goes on, our willpower begins to wane, all right? And my hands actually should have been doing this, because when the day begins, your willpower's up here. This is the top, this is the bottom. And as the day goes on, every choice that you make, your willpower slowly drains and it goes down and down until eventually one last choice that you make, boom, your willpower is gone. It's out the window. And I talk about it more in this video up here, which is actually one of my more popular videos. So I would check that out, because that can help you with exactly what we're talking about right now. But the reality is, by going to bed earlier and eliminating that filler from your life and waking up just a few hours earlier than what you're used to, you can buy back so many hours of your life. And the one thing that you can't get more of in this world is time. So you have to make more time, because what else would you be doing at 6 a.m.? You'd be sleeping, probably like having a nightmare or something. Like, wake up instead, okay? Go across the room to grab your phone when the alarm goes off, because that's a trick you should use. And after you're awake, start going through your morning routine and actually start getting things done while your willpower is up here. Get up before the sun is up. Get up in the morning before the world is awake, because then you have serenity and you have peace and quiet. And I made a video about the impacts that waking up at 5 a.m. has made in my life. And guys, the benefits are just outrageous. And I'll link a video a link to that video right up here so you can check it out. It's another habit of mine, waking up at 5 a.m. every single day, that has significantly changed my life. And I would highly recommend it for you too. But I would only recommend the waking up at 5 a.m. or whatever earlier time after you started doing tip 1 and tip 2. Because if you're not focused on what you need to do, if you're not distraction free, if you're not blocking off portions of your time, then what will happen is you'll wake up and you'll just start scrolling through social media. You'll start scrolling through Facebook. If you don't have something to do that's planned before you wake up, then you'll do one of two things. You'll go back to bed because you're tired and you'll fall into a spot of weakness and you'll go back to bed. Or you'll start scrolling through your phone and you'll just waste the time that you now have where you could be most productive. So the third tip I have for you in order to get more done and manage your time effectively is to wake up earlier and give yourself that extra shot in the morning to get closer to your outcome, to get closer to achieving your goals. And when you click the first link in the description here, it will send you to download a free copy of my ebook called Be Extraordinary, Your Guide to Self-Mastery, which has so many different strategies in that book that can help you to achieve self-mastery in your own life. And by the way, while you're down there, hit the subscribe button. That way you see all new videos that we release every single Monday, and smash that like button because it really helps the channel out and it gets this video in front of more people who want to do more and manage their time more effectively. And until we talk again, continue to be better.